Watching this episode of The Vampire Diaries felt like running an Olympic race but not getting a medal.
Yeah.
Like, you won the race,
Yeah.
but you didn't get a medal.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. That's exactly what it is.
So what's up? Hi, welcome to Afterbite. It's a Vampire Diaries fancast. It's only 10 years too late. I'm feeling very conversational today. I don't usually start the intro with like a what's up, but like I'm feeling it today.
Today's like a lazy kind of day for me personally because I'm exhausted right now. You know? I don't know what's going to come out of this podcast, if either I'm going to say like little less than normal because I'm exhausted, or I'm going to go into the more chaotic loopy side, not loopy side of being exhausted.
Oh boy.
You're so valid, and I can't wait for this episode either way, because this is one of TVD's patent nothing burgers.
Yeah.
Shit happens. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I've eaten a burger, and it was just air. I'm like a mime. This episode made me into a fucking mime.
This episode's definitely filler.
And like, no,
but it also didn't feel like filler. Like, things happen.
Yeah, things did happen.
Weird.
It was like,
it's a weird episode.
It was like important things happen, but also nothing. And I don't know how the Vampire Diary does that. Like, how do you do that? How do you make an episode that feels so important, but also so lackluster and like nothing happened at the same time?
It's like an incredible talent, isn't it? Like, you are so good at making nothing happen and making nothing take up so much space. That's wild. This episode's wild, y'all. So welcome to episode 304, the fourth episode of the third season. It is called Disturbing Behavior. And I think we, at the very top of the show, if I had some champagne, I would pop it. Now, y'all, we are out of the titles for now.
Yeah, for one episode.
For one episode, then we go back and then we go on another hot streak without these. But this is the first episode in a while that doesn't have the word "the" in the title, and I am just so thankful.
You know, as much of a nothing burger this episode is, the title gives it some points, because that's a good title. Disturbing Behavior. Yeah, I like it.
It is a good title.
Because this episode is disturbing.
It is, in a lot of ways. You're correct.
Yes.
So, the Netflix description of this episode is: a frustrating new enemy pushes Damon over the edge, and his outburst has lasting consequences. Bonnie's strange encounter affects everyone.
Okay. When I first read this and wrote this down, I was like, first off, that first title, great calling out Damon. The last part of this, that didn't happen.
I don't remember that happening.
That did not happen at all. Like, when did Bonnie have a strange encounter? Literally, I mean, she did, but like, it wasn't like the entire episode. It was literally like 5 seconds, and then they're like, okay, whatever, let's keep going.
The question at this point, no, it's not a question, it's a fact. The Netflix person, as I stated before, you know, I stated this in season 1 and Afterbite when we were watching season 1 of the Vampire Diaries. It either seems like the Netflix description writer is thoroughly invested in the shows and knows what's going on and writes like a really good plot description where you're just like, oh yeah, that's exactly what happened, and that's a good way to do it without giving everything away. Or they just pick 2 random spots within the middle of an episode. Yeah. And then they're like, yeah, that's a plot point. There you go. And it's concerning. It's very concerning. Wait, you guys saw that like thing that I sent in the group chat about what Netflix claims their description writers do?
They're all professional writers with years of experience. No, the fuck they're not. I want somebody at Netflix to call us out and point us to their description writers. I want it so fucking bad. I want it so bad.
So bad.
This episode starts off in Chicago. I'm excited. We are back in Chicago. Last episode we went to Chicago. We were out of Mystic Falls for a while, thank God. And now we're back out of here again. It's good. I love it. Love a good Windy City.
Yeah.
Also, did anybody else notice that they were using the Law and Order font when they said the word Chicago at the bottom of the screen, or was that just me?
I didn't
I
notice
think that was just you.
It's straight up the Law and Order font.
Love
Like,
that.
straight up.
Wait, do you mean the font that they use like when they're transitioning between scenes?
No, they say at the very beginning of this episode, in the bottom of the screen, they just put up Chicago.
No,
And they
what
put it up in the Law and Order font.
No, what I mean by law, but what do you mean by Law and Order font? Ooh, I knocked
Oh,
into my
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Do
The
you
scene
mean
that
the
the look
transition?
that they use. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, also the weird thing about this is I noticed this. The title card came out right after the previously on the Vampire Diaries. There was like they just went right into it and did nothing. So it was kind of weird.
I wonder. Yeah, that was weird. Actually, that's
I
never
was like,
happened. And how would
yeah.
that happen on TV?
I think I'm trying to think back to when I first watched it. They did the previously and then they're like, boom, the Vampire Diaries, and then they just went right into it.
Weird. Because like you wouldn't that's weird because title cards are one of those things that like are important actually.
Yeah.
When structuring out an episode, and especially structuring out the first 5 minutes of an episode, those are important. And the title card, especially in TVD, it always comes right before the first commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or
And it always has.
Yeah.
It always comes, and then there's one last scene, and then there's a commercial break. But usually it's right before the commercial break. So it's weird that this one episode is like, actually, guys, we're putting it right at the very tippy top. This is the star on our tree.
Is this further proof of them just like not being 100% there when writing these episodes?
I don't know what's up with this season.
Or they were just trying something new, I think.
Everything is off this season. It feels like a different show.
But in both good ways and bad ways.
Yes.
Because you're like, oh yeah, new show. We're in Chicago now. This is fun. And then you're like, but the title card comes way too early in the episode and nobody likes it. It's very uncomfortable.
It felt weird, but thankfully I think this is the only episode that does this. Like,
it's so
ever.
weird.
In Chicago, Klaus and Stefan are treating Rebecca to a little shopping spree because she's been locked up for 90 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of lines in here.
Yeah.
That I'm like, do we really need to have this like internalized misogyny this early in the morning?
Yep. The entire line that Klaus said. That's how you say his name, right?
You wore trousers so they can wear nothing. Shut up, Klaus.
Yeah.
Even I was like, because like 16-year-old was like, that's funny, comment on history, and then now I'm like, what?
And then Rebecca like gets into it too with like some good old-fashioned internalized misogyny, and I'm like, are you good, girl? Like, I know you have a lot of brothers, but like, are you good? She's like, oh, so they just dress like prostitutes. It's like, hey, chill the fuck out, honey.
Maybe not.
Calm down. Maybe let's take a moment and let's look inside of ourselves, realize that women don't need to be beating down other women, y'all.
Exactly.
It's just like, I was like, that whole scene, I was like, really? Really?
Is that necessary?
It was not necessarily at all. In the streets of Chicago, Stefan has a chains encounter. Not so chains encounter. She was staring at him from across the street for a while before he goes outside. He has an encounter with Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
And she basically pulls a Detective Stefan moment and pieces together that the necklace Klaus is looking for. Hey, Brian?
Yeah?
Can we talk about the notes you wrote for this episode?
Shit!
Can we point at the sentence, Catherine pieces together that the necklace Klaus is looking for is the same one that Klaus is looking for?
I meant to write the one that Elena has. No, that's fair. That's valid. That's my fault. I
was reading it and I was going along and I'm like, okay, yeah, perfect. I'll take this sentence out of here and then we'll let go. But then I'm like, okay, the Klaus is looking for is the same one that Klaus is looking for. What?
I'm sorry, I wrote that like half awake and drinking a protein shake. I'm sorry.
I just love it. Catherine pulls a Detective Stefan and pieces together that the necklace Klaus is looking for is the same one that Stefan gave to Elena. Stefan's like, don't worry, I got it under control. I know what I'm doing. And Catherine is like, you're not the diabolical type, so your gonna get fucked over by whatever plan you're trying to pull here.
You can
Mhm.
even kind of
Uh,
tell that she, like, there's certain like ways that she like addresses him where just like she does like, even though like he's supposed to be like this bad, like what she calls bad stuff, and even that terminology just like further proves to me that Catherine just thinks he's a dunce, when it comes to scheming. Cause like like imagine saying like she was like, "Oh, I forgot you're bad now," and I was just like,
I
she
love her.
definitely does not think that at all. She's
She
just
read
I
him like
calling
a
think
him out
book.
on his BS.
I think Catherine just thinks that all men are stupid, and
Uh-huh.
she is
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
I think she's just right. That little tasty piece of foreshadowing is something we're going to come back to in
Uh-huh.
about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very soon, we're going to come back
Very
to that.
soon.
We're gonna redeem that mouse tool very quickly.
So we go back now. We're back to Mystic Falls, baby.
Yay!
At the Gilbert household, Elena's making chili.
Just girly
Who-
things.
She's going to a cookout, so
Uh-huh.
she's making chili.
Uh-huh.
Who the fuck brings chili to a cookout?
I
It's a
don't know.
chill. No, because
Is
later
it
on the episode they call it a potluck, and they're like every founder brings chili, and I'm like, why? Why is this a founders party event?
And like, here's the thing, like, why? Why? I have never once been to a potluck in my life, and I have been to many potlucks. I grew up in the Midwest. They're pretty fucking common. Never been to one that has any type of chili, much less multiple types of chili.
like, be normal for once, please.
Mystic
This is
Falls is
like
the barren, lawless place. With
you're
chili.
correct. Do you guys remember in season 2 when Jenna hosted a quote unquote barbecue where they all just sat inside and ate?
Yeah.
And the
This
only
is
people
that
who
same
went
thing.
and the only
Where-
people who went outside were Caroline and Elena, and Caroline was eating popcorn.
And this is like if somebody who had no idea what American culture is like tried to train an AI to write American culture. This is what it comes up with. They force a bot to analyze however many hours of American culture, and they're like, hey, write something. This is what they come up with because what the fuck kind of potluck has multiple types of chili? I know this is a dumb thing to be like planting my flag in the ground on, but like, what the fuck?
What else are we supposed to plant our flag in the ground on,
Like,
I
all the other stuff we all know is bad and dumb. This thing, though, this is stupid.
This is even I'm like I just didn't even think about it because the founders have so many parties. I'm like, yep, chili party, let's go.
I would go with it if they called it a chili party.
I would
but
definitely
no,
go
they're
with
just
it
like,
if they
it's a
called it
potluck.
chili party.
I'm like,
It's a chili potluck.
it's a potluck. God damn it. Just what the fuck? And then we'll talk about it later, but nobody at that fucking potluck is holding a bowl.
No one's
They're all
eating.
holding plates. And I'm like, are y'all just putting chili on fucking plates like savages? Because that's kind of what it fucking
Whoa.
seems like. Oh.
Why did my phone just play a random ad?
I don't know.
Fuck.
I'm scared.
Were
Why?
they listening to... Is it an ad for chili?
No. I just opened up my phone because I got a text, and apparently I forgot to close out of an app, and it was just like, here's an ad. If it was an ad for chili, I'd be throwing my phone across the room. Anyway, what were we talking about? Chili? Great, let's talk about chili more. I like mine with jalapenos and no beans.
Oh, well, I'm vegan, so it's heavily a bean party after my chili.
Oh man, I love Bean Party.
Wow, welcome to Afterbean.
We just talk about chili. That's it.
Oh, that'd be a fun podcast.
Actually, I'm gonna say something controversial right here, guys.
Controversial?
I don't really like chili.
P.
Canceled. Okay, how do we remove her?
You mean the person who's holding this entire podcast together?
What happened to
This
me?
is my boat, and I have held it together with duct tape and pure willpower. And you want to throw me overboard? Get the
Into a
fuck out
bowl
of here!
chili.
No.
Chili. Here's
Though
my.
chili's not my favorite thing to eat anyway. So
What?
It's,
It's not that great.
Here's why I'm pro chili.
it's good. Like
Wait, I let me speak
Okay,
my
well.
piece.
Okay. Oh God.
Let me set a scenario for you.
Okay.
It's cold outside and raining.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh.
And you come in after
Uh-huh.
a long day of work.
I
And
can't because I'm social distancing right now.
okay.
You go
And
to your own house. You are alone in your house in this scenario. You
Okay,
have a
great.
house and you have chili.
yes, there's
The
chili
millennial
on the-
dream.
There's a-
House with chili.
there's a pot on the stove and
Uh-huh.
it's filled with hot and warm chili. You grab a bowl, you get your chili in that bowl, and then you
Uh-huh.
sit down on your couch, you wrap yourself in blankets,
Uh-huh.
turn on the TV, and you eat your chili. Does
Okay,
that
that's
not
fair.
sound very nice and
That-
warm?
That does sound very relaxing. I will admit that.
Chili's great for winter
Chili is
occasions.
great. No wonder why Mystic Falls is having an entire party based on around chili.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But they have it in the middle of the summer.
That
I
also
could
makes
see
no
chili
sense.
party if it was in winter, fall. Give me a good warm snack.
Fall and winter would make more sense, but the fact that it's December and they're like everyone's like, let's make a chili, like that's wild, you guys.
Psychopaths.
It's not just like one family is like, hey, can you make the Gilbert family chili? No, it's the Fell family, the Lockwood family, the Forbes family. What other founding families we got there?
Who fucking knows?
I
It's all
don't
white
know.
So
people
many.
names.
There's
It's
so
all
many
it's
of
all white rich people.
There's
Who
so many of
cares?
them. I wonder if there's a Salvatore chili. It's probably just
Probably
bourbon.
is, right?
It's probably just bourbon. Like, let's be real at this
I
point.
would think it's bourbon plus blood, and they just mix it together.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross. I know.
Damon has a weird recipe book.
So do we want to talk about things other than chili now?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's go. I mean, it's boring.
I guess we'll talk about other things, but
But
yeah.
like
but now we're gonna have to.
grudgingly.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Now we get to the entire scene between the entire thing that happens between Damon and Elena.
Oh yeah, they're
like hip bumping and giggling
And
for
you're like,
no goddamn
"What?
reason.
Why? You're
like
like, what's going
like we're
on?"
besties. They're besties now. They hold
No,
hands.
and the weird thing that scene is, right, is that they're like bickering, kind of like I guess friendly bickering, and then out of nowhere there's a shot, and they're like hip bumping and laughing, and you're like, how does that occur? I'm confused at the chain of events that's going on right now.
It's like they just cut out a good like 30 seconds of them doing some other moderately friendly thing. And so they skipped from like civil to, oh, we're hip bumping besties now.
I don't even want to know. I hate it here.
They're pushing the limit right now. The TVD writers, you're pushing the limit right now on what's actually acceptable right now. I get it. You have an agenda,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to push that agenda, but you're doing it in a very bad way. Just like not doing it well.
Where's the
agenda is
finesse?
weird.
Where's
There
the
is no-
longing?
Exactly.
Maybe I'm just too gay for these straight people.
I think this was also when Nina and Ian were dating in real life.
So while watching this episode, I was like, why does this episode feel so straight? Like there's like so much.
It is a very straight episode of TVD.
I was like, why is there so much heterosexual energy in this?
Like usually an episode of TVD has some, it's not this straight usually. This episode though just feels exceptionally straight.
Yeah. And I had to stop listening to Allie and AJ for this, okay? Just so
You and your fucking
disrespectful
Allie
and
and AJ breakdown.
It's disrespectful, okay? I was in the middle of getting my jams on, and then I had to stop. And I was in the middle of a song, and I was like, "All right, I gotta watch this now." And then I stopped, and I watched it, and I was like, "This is too much straight energy."
So wait, where were we?
We were
We were
talking
at
about
the Gilbert house and how fucking
Oh!
straight this episode is because Jeremy is sleeping and he's awoken by Anna laying in his bed.
How straight.
Very straight, very heterosexual. So Anna is super shocked that Jeremy can hear her. She says that she's been sort of unable to get through Jeremy, but get through to Jeremy until he's like, "Well, I was dreaming about you," and she looks
Interesting.
so tickled at that.
I mean,
This just
wouldn't
made
you?
me remember. I forgot that Jeremy and Anna were very cute.
they're so cute. I love
I
them.
forgot how cute Jeremy and Anna were. Honestly,
They really were. Like, I forgot how much like Jeremy was like Jeremy had like good love interest in season 1.
I'll never forget how much Jeremy and Annie were good together. Because I
Annie?
was
Jeremy and Annie.
Annie, are you okay?
sorry.
Annie.
I did say in the beginning of this episode, I'm exhausted and my brain is loopy.
That's fair.
I will never forget how good Jeremy and Anna are as a
They
relationship.
are.
I've been rooting
They
for
were really
them
cute.
since
They
their
were really cute.
since their first interaction, and when Anna died, I was heartbroken. Okay,
Wait, she's dead, but she's in the episode. I don't get it.
Whoa, it's almost like she's a ghost, and we've established that.
Ghost.
Ghost.
Zoinks.
Welcome to Scooby Bite after Scooby.
After Scoob.
no, I got
After
it. I
Scoob-
got it after Scooby Bite.
After Scooby Bite. No.
No,
After Scoob. Unfortunately,
Scoob.
Brian's pretty good at coming up with names.
Thank you.
Unfortunately.
You're
like,
welcome.
But like I've been rooting for them since their first interaction, and when my heart got broken, I was like, I'll never forgive them for this one. I will not
And
forgive
I think
them
your
for
heart
this
got broken
one.
by John Gilbert driving a stake through her heart. Ugh. John Gilbert, we hate you. You're
We
dead, but we
do.
still hate you.
Yeah, John
Me
Gilbert,
too.
what the fuck, my guy?
We're still angry at him and the dude's dead.
Like
I
I
know.
will always be angry at him.
I am holding this grudge until I am in the ground.
Exactly.
As well.
Exactly.
Not enough that he's in the ground. I need to be in there too.
Yes.
My God.
Anyways, Jeremy and Anna, so cute.
So cute. I love
So
it.
cute.
You know who else is so cute?
Who?
Caroline Forbes.
Yeah.
And she shows up at the Gilbert house with, surprise, Chili, and also, bigger surprise, Bonnie.
Bonnie,
Yay!
Bonnie,
Bonnie's back and not on
Bonnie.
FaceTime.
She's back. She's in the flesh. I love her. Bonnie Bennett's finally back, and I could not be happier.
So excited.
It's what we deserve.
It is what we deserve.
I
This
think-
episode is so bad. This is the best part of it.
Yeah.
Bonnie's back.
I think we should
Yes.
also acknowledge how clever the writers are. They're like, hey, you were just having a good scene between Jeremy and Anna upstairs. Well, guess what? Bonnie's back now. And now you must remember what's going on.
I also love how Bonnie said, I leave for a summer and everything goes to hell for you two. I love her. She's like, you guys can't get your shit together without me.
And it's the truth for everyone in that show.
It is. Without Bonnie, everyone would be dead.
Without Bonnie, they wouldn't figure out half the stuff they do because she's flex tape.
Bonnie Bennett with the flex tape and the grimoire.
She's really, like, just here to be Bonnie Bennett flex tape.
Yeah.
Straight up. Jeremy, though, still does not tell Bonnie.
Yeah.
What a
The
dumbass.
ghosts.
Yeah.
And you're just a dumb boy.
Jeremy, I love you. You look like a puppy, but you're a fucking idiot.
That's like a lot of people on this show.
Yeah, you're cute, but you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Then we cut to the town square. And we
Yay.
start what is my favorite and least favorite thing, where they try and, like, plant flowers on the bed of conversion therapy. They're
Mhm.
like, hey guys, maybe if we just sweep it all under the rug, you'll be good. And I'm so tired that it's almost funny. You know?
Yeah.
So Liz basically is trying to get Damon to compel Bill to forget what he did and forget what he saw. Great. Love that for him. Damon wants to kill him. Which the only time that I agree with Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. He
I
also
was like, Damon,
calls
do it.
what they did daddy-daughter vampire torture.
You know, just
And
normal daddy-daughter things.
I got so many bad vibes from that one statement. I want to first ask who in the writer's room thought of that dialogue, and where's their address so that I can send the lawyer that I've hired to sue them.
Hey Jordan, you've been talking about this lawyer a lot. What is this lawyer's name?
Good
Yeah,
question.
can they get me out of a speeding ticket?
He has a plain name.
It'll be expensive. It'll cost you.
He has a plain name. His name's John, unfortunately.
Gilbert?
If it's Gilbert,
Not
I'm out.
Gilbert. Not Gilbert.
John Gilbert, the ghost attorney at law?
No.
A sue once.
His name is John.
Bill Turb? Which is just Gilbert backwards?
Yes. Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
I hate it here. We need to count of how many times I say that this episode.
I'm gonna say it a lot.
We really said it a lot last episode, too.
It's also in my notes. I hate it here. It's also in my notes.
Also in this scene where Damon is gonna either kill and or compel Bill, Damon also calls Caroline an annoying control freak.
Yeah.
Y'all, she's had a rough day. She's had a rough week. And you're just gonna call her an annoying control freak to her fucking father? Like, bro.
This is the same phenomenon. The phenomenon I'm having while watching this scene is the same phenomenon I had when we would watch scenes between John and Damon, where it's like both of you are the worst. I hate both of you. Equal. One a little bit more than the other, but still the same. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, white men are just really insufferable, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just it.
We are.
So we go to Gloria's bar.
Yes!
Oh wait, Damon does compel Bill to forget what he did.
Yeah.
Or he attempts to.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Then with that little bit of intrigue tucked in the corner of your hat there, let's go to Gloria's bar, where Gloria's trying to find the necklace. And she says that she needs like a stronger connection to it, to which Rebecca, by the way, is so cute. I love her. She's just so cute.
Rebecca is just like, in season 3, I forgot how, like, because I've obviously have finished everything and know like what happens with Rebecca. She has grown so much and I'm just so proud of her, and watching her now I'm just like, my child. She is a dramatic, evil little bitch and I love her.
They call her Brat, and that's correct.
She's a brat and I love her for it.
She's a brat, but in like a fun way.
Yeah. She's like the youngest kid, like she can do no wrong.
Exactly. So she's like, here, use me to channel your witchy magic.
Yeah, she actually does get a pass for being the youngest kid. If like,
and also the smartest.
That too.
Like if, as you all know, who are listening to this podcast, we are all only children. So all of
our only ideas about siblings come from media.
From media and the tropes media have given us. And the trope for the youngest sibling is that they're kind of the annoying one. They're kind of the one where they cause the most trouble, but we love them anyways for it. So
they're lovable little scamps.
Exactly. So we believe that that's how the youngest sibling should act.
Yeah.
I love that we somehow, on a show all about family and siblings, have ended up with 3 only children.
How we do it.
Listen, I project onto the media that I consume. And sometimes
that's valid.
I want siblings and I don't have any. I'm not going to have any. So this is the only type of sibling bond I'm ever going to get.
I mean, valid.
Yeah.
So Gloria starts to channel Rebecca to try and find the necklace. We cut to, in a strange twist of fate, the Gilbert household, where the girls are all judging Elena for her cooking with Damon, which, correct.
Correct.
Good job,
Valid.
ladies.
Good
And
You
cooking
friendship.
chili.
And cooking chili in, like, June.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all. However, as they're berating her, Elena's necklace starts to burn her.
That's weird.
Bonnie, they like get it off of her skin, and then Bonnie takes it to see if anything magical happened. And you cut back to Gloria's bar, where she reveals that she has found the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Gloria doesn't know an exact location on the necklace. She says that she needs a little more time to find an exact location, but she's got the good vibes now.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And Stefan just like takes Klaus and Rebecca out to go get a bite to eat before they can question Gloria further.
I wonder why Stefan wants to get them away from Gloria, who is minutes away from finding out what Stefan's big secret is.
Stefan's so
Can't wait.
dumb this episode.
He
But
is,
also
but I think
smart. He's trying.
I
he
guess
is
he's trying, but also, what made him think that they were with the witch and they wouldn't be able to sort of find out where this necklace was? Like, he's so dumb sometimes, you know?
He is, but you know what? I love him.
Yeah, he's the type of dumb where you're like, oh, that's adorable. While like Damon's the type of dumb where you're just like, wow.
It's kind of nice though, because it kind of echoes like what Catherine said earlier. Like, you're not diabolical. You're
Yeah,
not going to be
no.
able to do
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah,
it's just,
most
it's great
definitely.
that Stefan's actually trying, even though you kind of know it's going to be like all for shit.
Yeah. And also, like, another distinction I would like to pull between Stefan and Damon's intelligence. Stefan's like a himbo, you know? The type of himbo I want to date, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, oh, you're really like dumb sometimes, but like you should respect women. So I love you, you know? Versus Damon, technically he's not even a himbo, because a himbo is like the adorable type of dumb. He's just stupid and annoying and gets on your nerves, and you're just like, why is this guy here? Can we please move to the next place so I don't have to see his face?
But also, you could make an argument that Stefan really isn't a himbo because he is much too guarded with his emotions. You know, the classic himbo is the one who just lets it all out all the time, very much the picture of innocence and like goodwill towards others.
Mhm.
Stefan's not always that, you know?
That's true. That's true.
If we really want to get into an analysis of, you know, himboism in the Vampire Diaries universe, let's look at Jeremy Gilbert, the ultimate himbo.
I was gonna say Matt.
Matt too, but Matt has a lot less good intentions, especially towards vampires, and the way he treats Caroline is not very himbo-like in nature.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jeremy is the best himbo.
Out of all the ones that we've seen thus far, Jeremy's the best himbo out of the group, and I don't even think Jeremy's a prime himbo, but I think he's the best out of the squad that we've seen.
Yeah,
He's a good boy. And you know what? He does his best.
He does his best, but also maybe not, but also the best.
He's a good boy. I like.
We go to the Lockwood Mansion where they're having a chili party. I will mention again, there's no bowls in sight. Everybody's just putting chili on flat plates like fucking psychopaths.
So psychopathic, man.
I have many questions. And I don't really want answers to them, but I have many questions. Somehow, Bonnie just like grabs a grimoire out of nowhere
and
and starts doing magic just out in the open.
She has
She
a
really
trusty magical Mary Poppins bag with various grimoires in it.
Honestly, you might be right.
I was also thinking of the backpack in Dora.
Yes.
Okay, sure. So Bonnie starts to like trace and try and find out what's going on with that necklace. Caroline, meanwhile, is interrogating Elena about switching Salvatores.
Ooh.
And she gets on to Elena. She's like, you can't change Damon. Nobody's gonna change Damon.
And then you're just like, wow, Caroline, you're just really speaking facts out into the open, huh?
She's just
I mean,
spitting pure facts.
Caroline has every right to be like that, though. She's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna speak my truth
Exactly.
now.
She's had a fucking time. She can go all facts, no printer here. That is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I encourage her to do it. You know?
All facts, no. Why did that just click in my head? This is so.
Have you never heard that before?
How have you never heard that?
No,
That's a
I'm going to
common-
be using that a lot more now in my life because you know
Oh.
what? I need that kind of comedy to get me through this week.
Have you never heard of that? That's a common phrase.
I'm sheltered.
That is a pretty common phrase. My dad uses it on me a lot.
I have never heard that before. Or I probably did, and I just blocked it out of my memory because you know what? I hate myself.
All facts, no printer. So good.
I love that.
It's so early 2000s.
Yeah.
It really is.
Isn't it? I love it.
Me too.
So, as Caroline is interrogating Elena, the necklace begins to float.
I mean, that's just normal.
It's not.
It's not.
What?
It's not.
Mm-mm.
Bonnie realizes, and she comes to the realization that the necklace has its own magic.
Ooh.
So, spooky, magical necklace. Love that for
Spooky
them.
necklace.
Love that for them. Damon is judging all of the choices of chili provided by the founding families. Again,
Yep.
not a single bowl in sight. I am so deeply concerned.
All plate, all chili.
No. No.
No.
Absolutely not. Incorrect.
What were you
Super
going to say,
chili.
Jordan?
what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. What were we talking about before Brian said that?
Oh, I think you're about to say how many chilies are there?
Yeah. How many chilies could there be? A variation in taste.
I'm actually going to watch the episode again. I'm going to pull it up on my phone and watch it again and see if I can
I
figure this
think
out.
there were like at least 5 chilies there.
Like, there's
You're
only
saying
so
5?
many ways you can make a
I'm saying 5. I'm guessing 5.
I'm going to go 6.
You're gonna go 6? Jordan, what are
B-
you guessing? How many chilies were
Jordan,
there?
Are you going to
I'm-
go high? You're going to go low?
I'll stick at 5.
Okay.
But also, in my heart of hearts, there should only really be 3.
Okay, explain your 3 variations of chili for me, please.
Like, there's obviously there's a vegetarian version, and then the other 2
course.
are meat based, right? And then the other
Yeah.
2 just vary in spice.
So we have the vegetarian chili, we have a spicy meat-based chili, and then we have a non-spicy meat-based chili.
Exactly. Maybe 4 if you want to variate the vegetarian types, but there's only so many ways you can make a chili, you know?
Let me.
The real question here is, are there any cinnamon rolls here to eat with your chili?
Cinnamon rolls.
I ate cornbread with my chili.
Oh my god, y'all don't eat cinnamon rolls with chili?
That sounds disgusting.
Oh my god. Is that just a Kansas thing?
Yeah.
Is it?
I've
Oh
never
no,
heard
is
of
that a
that.
very Midwestern thing?
That
I
sounds
think it. Are you okay?
No, that's genuinely how you eat chili. You eat it with, instead
That's
of cornbread,
not
you
how
eat it with
you
a
eat
cinnamon roll.
chili!
Weird.
Like rice.
Oh, rice. I do cornbread, girl. Are you good?
I'm
Rice I can
fine.
kind of see
Rice
for
is-
vegetarian chili because it has beans in it, so it's a bean
Yeah.
party chili. Y'all. Okay, hold up. Let me do a quick Google.
Okay, so far I see Fell family chili, I see Lockwood family chili, Gilbert family chili, all in crock pots, by the way.
Not plugged into anything, just in crock pots.
No, I see 4.
Hey guys, can I
It's only 4 chilies.
That makes sense. That makes more sense. I would
I
be
see 4
okay with
chilies.
that. I would be
Uh-huh.
okay with 4 if each of them took one of those options. What do you have to say, B?
I'm looking to see if there's any cinnamon rolls in this because I'm
I
curious now.
googled cinnamon roll and chili, and I want to tell you, guess which 3 states are in the autocomplete results for this. So after the words
Kansas.
cinnamon roll and chili, what 3 states is it?
Kansas, Oklahoma, And Delaware.
I don't know states well
Okay.
enough. I
Gotta
can't
throw
tell
Delaware
you.
in there. Delaware feels like a lawless
I literally
place.
can't tell you. I don't know where the states are. I only know that New York is on the right side, California's on the left side, and then Florida's down below along with Texas. I don't know states well enough to
Everything
tell you
in the
that.
middle's made up.
I don't know what's in the middle.
Kansas is directly in the middle. Literally the center of the continental United
It's a
States. And
square.
it's directly in the middle.
I don't look at maps. Sorry.
Look at a map, Jordan, and tell me what 3 states you think are most likely to have cinnamon rolls with their chili.
Okay, let me pull up Google.
We're only like 10 minutes into the episode.
We're getting really
Hold on.
bogged down in chili.
Legally, we are 12 minutes. As of where we are in the scene, like what we're talking about, we are 12 minutes and 43 seconds into the episode.
We've been recording for 45
This is important.
minutes.
This
we're
is
talking about
important.
chili.
I'm sorry. This is important. Okay.
This is important.
The Chili Diaries.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas. Okay.
Yes. That one is kind of a gimme because I did tell you guys that one. But
Yeah.
yes.
We got Cherry.
I will just pick the other 2 that are near Kansas because I'm assuming it's a regional thing. So I'll say Colorado and I'll say Nebraska.
Colorado's a smart one.
Jordan is actually the most correct here. The
Damn,
3
not even
autocorrect-
Delaware?
The 3, no, not even Delaware, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Delaware.
The 3 states that popped up in the Google sort of autocomplete when I Googled cinnamon roll and chili are Nebraska, Kansas, and then Iowa in that order.
And they're all right next to one another. That's a weird thing. Y'all center people.
Oh, it's Nebraska that's above it. I thought it was Oklahoma.
Y'all center
No! Oklahoma has the fucking panhandle!
You know
Right
what?
above Texas!
You know what? I switched
Why
them up.
am I the only one who knows basic geography of the United States?
Well, let me tell
Learned
you
all my
something,
geography
D.
from the Vampire
I don't
Diaries.
even remember learning. I remember like there was geography in elementary school, but I don't remember passing. I just remember it happening, and then I never looked at a map again. So I'm sorry. I'm an American. Okay. I don't know
The
my
puppet
I
states.
am too, and I know basic geography!
I don't know my states. I didn't even get to
I
learn
know
the
we go
song.
east.
Okay, the little song that they have, so you memorize all the states. I didn't even get to learn that. Okay, I don't know what
Oh,
you
the
expect of me.
Animaniac song?
I don't know what the song is. I told you I don't know what the song
The
is.
Animaniac song? Brian, what?
I don't know. They probably
Anyways.
have a song.
Anyways, that makes sense because that's weird middle people stuff. Middle of the U.S. people stuff.
I'm about to send you a tweet and you're all gonna feel really bad about being mean to me. Because this is a very common thing in school. This is a common school lunch. It's
What?
cinnamon rolls and chili.
Cinnamon rolls and chili?
Sounds disgusting.
Are the what? Is the middle state okay with the icing? Okay, I would understand if it didn't have the icing in it, but like, do you dip it in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's gross.
Okay, we need to get back on task. Or we need to talk more about chili specifically. Because if you dip a cinnamon roll in chili, it's delicious.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
I might
doing
actually
that.
try
The
that now.
sweet,
Doing
the
that.
savory,
No,
that's the
Part of
only
me
time I
kinda
like
wants to try
chili.
that now. Okay, I have to
won't-
try that.
I won't be trying
return
that.
back to you.
And I want to remind everyone who's listening to the podcast that's a weird middle of the USA thing.
I am so sad. Y'all
In the
are
middle
so
of the
hateful
USA.
towards cinnamon rolls and chili. I'm so sad y'all are so hateful towards that.
But you know who doesn't have cinnamon rolls in their chili? Damon Salvatore.
And Alaric is confronting him, saying that he needs to take a fucking break. He needs to take
Yeah.
a beat. And Alaric is correct.
Correct. Everyone, it's so weird how everyone is so correct in this episode about Damon, except
Yeah.
for Elena.
No.
We have forgotten to say it the last few episodes, so by the way, fuck Matt Davis.
Oh yeah, right.
Alaric
yeah.
in this episode is correct,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I love Alaric in season 3. He's great.
He's
Love
just
Alaric,
doing what he
hate the
thinks
guy.
is right. Yeah, I love Alaric. The whole concept of Matt Davis can go choke.
Yeah.
So, Alaric's trying to step up and look out for Elena.
Yep.
Good. Thanks for getting those parental instincts finally, Rick. I'm very happy for you.
We're proud of
Me
you.
too.
Back in Chicago, in the warehouse, Stefan, Klaus, and Rebecca are feeding. Rebecca's apparently just like murdered. She's murdered her woman much quicker than everybody else has. Basically, what Stefan did here in taking Klaus and Rebecca to the warehouse is to draw them away from Gloria so he can circle back around and talk to
Yep.
her. So,
Smart boy.
Is it?
smart move, Stefan. Maybe not, but maybe smart.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca and Stefan kind of like team up on Klaus and do a little bit of like good-natured sibling bullying. And honestly, all I can see between these three right now is a very like a hella sibling aesthetic.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like very big sibling energy here.
I agree. I don't see the romance between Rebecca and Stefan.
And you know what? That's fine.
Yep, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Before we go on, I'm going to make a quick poll on Twitter about
the
cinnamon rolls and chili.
Are you gonna make it on your account or the Afterbite account?
I'll make it on the Afterbite account.
Okay.
We are in the Lockwood house where Jeremy sneaks away from the party and meets up with Anna.
Ooh.
Anna reveals that she is on the other side.
Ooh. Spooky.
I think this is the first mention
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
of, or where we properly name sort of the other side, the place you go when you die.
Mm-hmm.
The other side.
No, I'm not gonna sing that. That's copyright.
Please. I cannot stress how much we cannot get copyright struck. I cannot stress enough.
I didn't go through with that. I was like, wait, no, that's copyrighted, and then I stopped.
Anna explains what's going on with her and Jeremy as a sort of push and pull, where she is pushing to reach him from the other side, and he pulls her there when he's thinking about her.
Mm-hmm.
So she also reveals that she is the only one on the other side. She is alone.
Which is sad.
And that when
It's sad.
it is so sad. Whenever Vicky shows up, though, she feels some dark shit.
Mm.
Don't let
Vicky
Vicky
up
in.
to?
And then you're just like,
She's bad.
you're like, what the fuck is going on with Vicky? Why can't she come over from the other side?
She has to get through customs.
It's just like, I think I'm starting to enjoy this plot line a little bit more, just because there is more of now of a mystery of like what's going on over there and like why is that happening, and is there an actual warning that needs to be adhered to, or like is this just like Anna being like paranoid and not wanting Jeremy to like leave her by herself alone, you know?
You will learn a lot more, and believe me, the other side isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Oh yeah, I know that.
No, baby.
It is not.
It's gonna be here to stay for a while.
At least 2 more seasons. Or 3, I forget.
A whole bunch.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of shit that happens at the other side. Also, Jeremy and Anna have like a moment where they do like that mirror thing where they touch each other's hands, but apparently Jeremy can't feel her, I guess.
Which is sad.
I'm sad about them because they're cute, but I'm also sad now for Bonnie, who's getting like cheated on by her boyfriend with a ghost.
Yeah, emotional cheating is a thing. Emotional cheating is a thing.
Emotional cheating, never mind.
Like,
it's like, how does that work? And then the answer.
Because he's like thinking of her, you know?
Yeah.
It's emotional cheating. And it's
sad
for Bonnie.
I'm sad for Bonnie.
That's why I was so
nearly
conflicted.
All the time.
Yeah,
I'm always sad for Bonnie.
I feel like that's a running theme throughout this entire like show. I'm sad for character A, who's usually a woman.
And who's usually Bonnie.
Yeah, you're correct. Back in Chicago at Gloria's bar, Gloria's cleaning up the bar and Stefan arrives. She reveals that the girls with the necklace were talking about Stefan. And Stefan is like, well, why didn't you tell Klaus? She's like, I'm not gonna help that motherfucker. Like, don't make me stoop that low.
I love her.
So, she basically is trying to reveal the truth to Klaus so that, you know, he kills Stefan or whatever. And Stefan tries to attack her, and she says, no, not today.
I think she kind of said like something like, "We're gonna do this my way now."
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I gotta get it out of you the hard way or some shit. She's
Yeah,
fucking phenomenal. I love her.
she's so badass.
Then we cut to later, where Gloria has Stefan tied up, or not even tied up, he's just paralyzed.
Yeah.
That was badass.
That was
I
so
didn't
good.
realize
So
that.
badass.
So good.
Uh,
I love
sh-
this entire scene between her and Stefan. It's just so good.
Mm.
It is so good. So she sort of she like starts bleeding Stefan out. She's like, well, that's your essence. I'm gonna get your memories one way or the other, boy. So she also says that she's a little more old school voodoo than new age witches,
Oh, I just love that.
which is wild because actual old school voodoo that we do see later in the originals, nothing like this. This shit's just
No.
hardcore as fuck.
This is hardcore voodoo.
This show's bad. That's just what I have to say, and it will continue to be bad. We go now to the Lockwood Mansion, where the Founders Council meeting is happening, and Liz is like, everything's been quiet, y'all. We're good to go. The worst of it is over, and
Sounds kind of familiar.
the meeting adjourns. Liz, Carol, and Damon are gonna have a little chit chat, and then who shows up but Bill Forbes, revealing
Ugh.
that he has not been compelled.
Damon literally had one job, and that was to kill Bill Forbes, and he didn't do it.
Literally, if you had murdered Bill Forbes, so many problems would not have happened.
I know, right?
I know we say this with a lot of people, and that, like, yes, this character isn't dead because the plot needs to go, but also, he has no good reason to be alive, right?
Yeah. No good
Like,
reason.
we can all agree that.
Yes.
Fuck Bill Forbes.
Yeah.
At the Gilbert house, it's now research time with Jeremy and Bonnie. They are researching a bunch of old grimoires to find any mention of that necklace. And Bonnie reveals that she messed with the balance of nature, bringing Jeremy back to life, and that her connection with the witches is gone.
So no more witchy loopholes.
Well,
Also, does that mean that Bonnie
For
no
now.
longer is like as powerful as she was with all those witches?
Yeah.
yes, I think yes, because she was channeling them,
Mm-hmm.
and now she no longer is. So I think she's not quite as powerful. She's still just powerful.
She's powerful because she's a Bennett, but she's not like extra like mega powerful.
Yeah.
Because no more witches.
They needed to like balance that power out a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
As she and Jeremy are researching, Anna appears behind Bonnie saying, "The darkness, it's here." And then all the grimoires just catch on fire.
That's normal. High heat in the summer. Too much chili.
Too much chili, and these grimoires have decided, no, not today.
I think that I think like with everything that happens in this episode, being a huge nothing burger, I will say this entire plot with like Anna the ghost and like something like mysterious happening, I think that was one of the most interesting things that happened this episode, and that really made me intrigued.
Also, like, it really intrigued me here too, because what's this darkness?
Yeah.
Why is Vicky the harbinger of the darkness?
Yeah.
And like, why isn't it affecting? Like, Anna also died a vampire.
Right. Exactly.
Vicky died a vampire
exactly.
too. Like, there's nothing really different between them. So why is one of them the darkness and one of them is just like a normal kid?
Yeah, there's like that also intrigued me, where I was like, because I was trying to figure out, I was like, maybe it's like that Anna's a vampire, but then I was like, no, Vicky died a vampire. So then what is this thing that makes her? And like one thing that my mind went to was like, maybe it's the way that she died, or the fact that she died without being like as fully developed as she could be, because she had like all those issues with controlling her urges and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just don't know. This episode is a nothing burger, but it makes you think.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
Kind of sprinkles in the seeds for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's a nothing burger with sesame seeds on top, but those sesame seeds are actual seeds and they will grow. We go back to Chicago to Gloria's bar, where Gloria is still trying to fight into Stefan's mind. He's really trying to fight back, but eventually, as all things does, he
Mhm.
just breaks. So we see like a cute montage of moments of him and Elena.
Like
I'm just like,
a fan edit.
it looks like a fan
It's a
cam
fan
of
cam.
Stefan and Elena. There's, a lot of darkness, a lot of guilt. She's trying to piece together who Elena is, and then she's like, oh shit, she's the doppelganger, and that's why Klaus can't make hybrids.
And then when
Yep.
when that happened, I was like, wow, things are just gonna go bad from here, huh?
Yep.
Poor Gloria has sealed her fate, because before she can run out and tell anybody, Catherine comes in and murders her, saving Stefan.
But also the way that Catherine just came in so seamlessly, you know?
And she was
Oh,
just like, here's a
perfect.
knife to your neck.
Yeah.
I,
That was like
as
done so
much as
well.
I would love have Glory like to stay, even though I know as soon as you see her, like you're like, yep, you're gonna die in like 10 episodes in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like even though I knew, it's still sad to see her go because she was such a fun like little like difference of a witch. Like we haven't really seen witches be like out for themselves. We've seen witches mainly work with vampires and witches, like
Mhm.
vampires and like werewolves. She was in it for herself. She's like, I don't give two shits about Klaus. Like I'm in this for me.
I'm not gonna help that half-blood.
Yep.
So, Catherine saves the day for Stefan.
Shocking. The evil girl saves the day.
I'm happy for her. And she's still trying to find out what Stefan's plan is, but she doesn't get to that quite yet.
Yep.
Back at the Lockwood mansion, Elena, Alaric, and Caroline are heading out, where they're trying to debate where Stefan got the necklace from in the first place.
Mhm.
Across the room, Caroline sees her father, and she's just like, yeah, fuck that, I'm out of here. Which, God,
Rightfully
you have
so.
every right to do that,
Mhm.
ma'am.
I even love how like Elena was like, "Are you okay?" and Caroline was like, "I just need to go."
Yeah.
Like they know like tread on eggshells around that subject, so it's good.
Yeah. Damon shows up, confronts Alaric and Elena, and saying that they have a problem with Bill Forbes as he is unable to be compelled. Basically, Bill wants to. He says some fucking phrases here that I do want to highlight.
Yeah.
He says the phrase, Bill Forbes wants to out me. Don't get me started on the irony of that. Y'all really, knew what you did there, huh?
Yeah.
It's like,
At first, when I watched this earlier, I was like, that's funny. Then I was like, ooh, that's kind of problematic, though.
everything in this episode is like, that's kind of problematic though.
Yeah.
And there's like it's so interesting because there's just like small slivers of it and like certain pieces of dialogue, you know, where it's
Yeah.
like it's so like minor that if you're not like paying attention, you don't catch it. It's like I guess like in 2012, like a lot of these things were quote unquote acceptable back then to like just say,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh, okay, next.
but these things would be funny, right? I would laugh if Damon said that joke about just like any cool gay person.
Yeah.
Right?
Not Bill.
Not
But I don't laugh because it's Bill fucking Forbes, who we just saw try and do vampire conversion therapy on his daughter
Mhm.
Yeah.
an episode ago.
Yeah.
It's just wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Caroline also refers to herself before she leaves here. She refers to herself as the honesty police. The only good police.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only good police of any time ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, this next scene sucks. Basically, Alaric is like, no, you have to fucking chill out for a little bit. You need to take a beat here and not just immediately kill Bill Forbes.
Kill Bill.
And kill Bill. Elena is kind of like Damon starts fucking just yelling no, I fucking need to do this. And Elena's cowering behind Alaric. They're very deliberate in their staging here.
Mm-hmm.
And they really have Alaric standing in between Damon and Elena. And Elena is deliberately hiding behind Alaric. And Fucking Alaric reaches out to like put a hand on Damon's chest to stop him. Damon looks down, sees that he's wearing the Gilbert ring, and then snaps Alaric's neck.
Yeah.
For what fucking reason?
To be a dick.
Yep. And
Is this the part of the episode where, Damon's frustration, is this his outburst?
I think so.
Is this it, or is it the next scene where, spoiler alert, he goes to fuck up Bill?
I think it's both.
Either way, at this point, Alaric is dead again.
yeah, and like it parallels back to season 2 when he snaps Jeremy's neck. You know?
In front of Elena
Yeah.
again.
And he's just like, oh, let me just do the. And he's like, let me just do it again. And like, I know I already.
Bet this won't have lasting consequences.
Well, yeah,
No.
it won't have lasting consequences. Also, like, again, I can already see Damon blaming it on the fact that, oh, I was upset, so like I'm sorry I killed someone. And like that's just such a running theme throughout this entire show so far. And it's so annoying at this point. It was annoying the first time, it was annoying the second time, and it continues and persists to be annoying.
It's just like, can you
Yeah.
not have any
Like no character development at all.
Yeah, character development has left the chat. Was it ever in the chat for Damon to begin with? I don't think so, but now, even if it was in the chat, it has fucking left.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
going in circles, circling the drain here.
And it feels like also that like they keep trying to say, oh, like Damon has changed. For some reason, Elena thinks that Damon has changed, where he has shown nothing of the sort to say, oh yeah, I've changed, right? This is not the first time Elena has done this, right? Where she's like, oh, Damon's a different person for like some magical reason, and then he just like she just does the same thing, and she's like, oh no, Damon's actually not a great person. Like this is like not the first time this has happened. And honestly, at this point, it feels like y'all are just continuing to hit the same idea over and over again on the head, and just like keep doing it for no good reason. And for some reason, I'm supposed to like, I don't know, sympathize with Damon later on, I guess. I don't know.
It's wild to me because like this is one of those moments. All of Elena's like misplaced faith in Damon. It feels like comes from so out of left field. Like
Yeah.
it feels so out of left field, especially this episode.
Yeah.
It's fucking wildly out of left field. Like, I know Elena's whole thing is that she's trusting and sees the best in people. But, like, damn, bitch, are you blind?
I do remember, though, season 2, when Damon killed Jeremy, the writers specifically said that was supposed to end Elena. Like, that was it. But, the fans ruined it.
Fan service.
I hate fan service.
Yep, the fans ruined it, and the writers were like, "Oh, they're actually positive to Damon and Elena still." And it's like, dude, like if Jeremy had stayed dead, Elena would have never gotten back together with him. Elena would never got together with him at all.
But also, Elena, why'd you even get together with him in the first place if he killed your brother? And like,
and your dad, basically.
Yeah.
Your new dad.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. That scene really, like, stuck with me because holy fucking shit. Like, the staging there was so deliberate. It was like, oh, ouch. Y'all really trying to make this one hurt. This one hurts in, like, a good way, though.
Yeah.
Not in, like, a conversion therapy storyline kind of way. This one hits in, like, she's just, like, cowering behind him. And he's trying to be her protector now. But then his neck gets snapped by a shitty vampire emo kid. So we go back to Gloria's bar where Stefan and Catherine are dealing with her body, and Catherine is trying to puzzle out what Stefan's diabolical plan is. He reveals to her that when he knew them in the 20s, they were running from someone.
Ooh.
And Catherine reveals that she's heard stories of a vampire hunter.
What?
But why is an original unkillable vampire just afraid of a little vampire hunter?
I mean, unless there's a way.
Unless there's a way.
Life finds a way. That was my Jeff Goldblum, and it was so bad.
That was very bad.
I'm sorry, Jeff Goldblum. I love you.
So Catherine is like, well, if you're making a move against Klaus, I want in, Stefan. And Stefan's like, nah, no. I worked this alone. Because that's going to turn out very well.
Stefan, you already are at this point where you've been working alone and Catherine had to come in to save you. What makes you think that you can do this on your own?
Already,
Yeah.
this has not been turning out well for you.
Exactly.
No.
Back at the Lockwood Mansion, Caroline is hiding out in Tyler's room from, her dad. Tyler returns from football practice, and Tyler is about to go kick her dad's ass, which, good.
You know what? That's a good boyfriend right there.
I'll allow this one. And she's like, no, I mean, he's still my dad. To which I say, Caroline, we gonna get you some fucking therapy. You don't have to love him because he's your dad.
Yeah.
We gonna get you some fucking therapy, I swear to God.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you your found family that you deserve.
Exactly. And then
Yep.
we've watched Tyler and Caroline have sex like too many times now, right?
Yeah.
Caroline's phone rings, and by the way, her dress has pockets, which is so cool.
Yes!
Okay, as a man, I didn't even put two and two together though. I was like, okay, great, you got her phone out of somewhere. But you know what? Good for only Caroline Forbes would have a dress with pockets in it.
For women, dress with pockets are revolutionary.
Absolutely revolutionary.
Whenever
As I've also heard jeans having pockets is revolutionary. Just having pockets.
No,
in
jeans
general.
having deep pockets is revolutionary for women.
Okay.
But whenever I'm I buy a new dress and then I unexpectedly learn that it has pockets, I'm just like, wow, the game has changed. Okay.
It's what you deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, pockets, God's gift to this earth.
Yep.
The fact that women's jeans don't usually have deep pockets or real pockets is proof that the devil is real. Downstairs at the Lockwood Mansion.
Ooh, downstairs now.
Damon confronts Bill, and Bill reveals that he has been training his mind to avoid compulsion, this is the most buck wild fucking thing the Vampire Diaries has ever pulled. They're like, actually, if your brain is big enough, don't worry about it.
See, I would have understood maybe he had a Vervain butt plug or something
or not,
I don't know what
or not even that. You know what I would be. You know what I'd be okay with? Maybe he was in touch with some type of witch, right? And somehow she found a way to make him they could have done so many things.
If he has a Vervain bracelet, if he infused his fucking socks with Vervain, he would have been good to go.
And the bad part about this is that this is a supernatural show. Literally anything could happen. And you guys decided, oh, his brain is just really big.
His brain too powerful. And then here's the thing too, is he I had to train my mind over and over and over. And it's like, hey guys, you're just trying to pull that conversion therapy again.
Yeah.
You're just trying to pull that again, huh?
They keep
I had to train my mind to be better than ever. Stop it. Just stop it. Let Mr. Megamind go. I don't want it here. I don't give a shit.
Oh my god. Bill Forbes, we hate you.
Bill also says, Damon's like, what are you gonna do? Out Caroline to the council? He's like, I would never expose my daughter to those morons. I think maybe you're the moron, Megamind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damon snaps and tries to kill Bill Forbes, which I hate to say it. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
See, this is where I'm conflicted. Okay? Because do I want Bill to die? Of course I do.
Yes.
He's the worst. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But also, I'm thinking, Caroline's not going to be okay with that. Because,
that is
true. It's Caroline. She
Yep.
cares too much about people. So,
Yep.
I was conflicted. I was like, do I want Bill to die? Yes. But also, I know, in reality, this is a bad thing for Damon to be doing because Caroline doesn't want it to be happening,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bill and Damon have a little scuffle. Caroline shows up to kick Damon's
Oh,
ass.
she does it so
Which-
flawlessly, you know?
And in a dress with pockets.
And in a dress with
in
pockets.
a dress with pockets. Amazing.
She pulled a can of whoop ass out of her pocket. She's like, well, bam!
So Damon eventually like kind of gets the upper hand on her. He says the phrase, "I'm stronger than you, little girl."
Yeah.
This episode was written by a man, right?
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah,
It had
probably.
to be. Like the amount of things that are said in this episode that are just like even the first line of Klaus saying like, what did he say? He said,
Women wore trousers so you could wear nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, like you were. Yeah, exactly.
like even
Yep, it was written by Brian Young. Brian Young, dude. What is
Brian
wrong
Young.
with you?
there's so many
Dude,
things
what is wrong
wrong.
with you? I actually respected this dude. He wrote some good episodes. Dude.
Dude.
Just like the
What are you doing? Come on. Get
Brian
it together.
Young.
Papa da poopy.
the misogyny throughout this entire episode.
It's like he was trying to work through something and then just gave up on it like
Yeah.
halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
Caroline like fucking knees Damon in the groin, gets out of it, and saves her dad. And then Elena comes in and she's like, Damon, you can't do this anymore. And he's like, why is it so important that I don't murder people in public? Gee, Damon, I don't know.
Maybe
Why is it so important that you don't publicly murder people?
maybe it's because that's what a good person does?
Maybe it's because you want your community to thrive.
Yeah. You gotta
And
reopen the economy somehow.
exactly. You know how you do that? By not having Damon Salvatore's.
Yeah.
Damon Salvatore definitely wouldn't wear a mask, right?
He definitely would. He does not care about other people
He
other
wouldn't.
than himself.
I remember that this is the man who Elena ends up with. I feel physically ill thinking about the fact that we still have 5 seasons to go
Ugh.
of this.
Ugh. I already
Even
did
Brian's-
this shit. I did my time.
Even Brian's down on it.
No
I
one
did my
likes
fucking
it.
time.
No one likes it.
Listen, here's my thing with Delana. It's only moments that I like.
The writers of the Vampire Diaries have such weak spines.
Yeah. None.
Go to the fucking gym every once in a while.
Exactly.
Get that spine checked out. Go to a chiropractor. It's okay.
Yeah.
Get better. Damon snaps and he's like, well, I'm not Stefan. How about you stop trying to turn me into him? Hey, Damon, maybe people just want you to be a good person.
Yeah.
You don't have to
They're
be
not trying to-
Stefan precisely.
Yeah, they're not trying to. Like, you can still be the cocky, like, sarcastic asshole. Like, I'm okay with that. I don't want you to be this murderous son of a bitch.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. If see, there's a difference between like a character who's supposed to be like a bad boy, but is still kind of likable, versus like just a bad guy, a bad person, and just like overall personality I don't want to be around. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be around Damon. Like, if out of my friend group, if I had Damon in my friend group, he'd be the one that I would ignore their text from.
I wouldn't even ignore his text. I would tell him straight up, "Don't contact me at this number. I don't want to talk to you."
This number has been disconnected.
Exactly.
You gotta balance out the snark with actual good moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damon doesn't have those.
None whatsoever.
So we go to the Gilbert household, where Bonnie is
favorite
going
house.
to... They gotta clean up ashes because there was just a fire here like moments ago.
Mhm.
You know, normal things.
In the bathroom, Jeremy has another meeting with Anna. Jeremy and Anna sort of both arrive at the conclusion concurrently that Jeremy still cares about Anna, and that's
Yeah.
why he hasn't told Bonnie.
Mhm.
And then Jeremy thinks really hard and stops thinking about Anna.
Even I was like, does that actually work? Because, like, I don't think that's legal.
That's not like
But
how
I
the
think it
mind
does,
works.
I guess.
I like technically like I'll allow it, but that's not how the mind works. You can't just stop thinking about something by
Yeah.
really like trying hard to stop thinking about something. I think that causes you to think about it more.
We have just a gaggle of Megaminds this episode.
100%.
Just a whole fucking gaggle of them.
Big brain energy.
But also small brain energy. Extremely big small brain energy. The energy is big, the brain is small. Then Jeremy goes out to talk to Bonnie, and he begins to tell her everything that happened once he came back. And you see Anna on the other side, all alone and unable to be heard once again.
Oh,
Which is actually really sad.
kind of broke my heart.
It is. That was heartbreaking.
It kind of broke my heart.
I mean, Anna doesn't deserve that.
She doesn't.
She doesn't. It's not her fault that men are terrible,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So we go back to the warehouse where Stefan is sort of snooping. He's trying to snoop. And he's trying to open up a coffin, and I think he's trying to undagger another sibling, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
Trying to
he's
get, like,
trying to
that
find
upper hand.
Elijah.
Ooh. I didn't think about that. I just thought he was like, ooh, which original sibling is this? Ooh, hello. Rip.
Here's the only thing though, is that he only knows Elijah.
That's true.
And he's had
I didn't-
dealings with Elijah, so I think Elijah's the one he was trying to find. I think he wouldn't have been upset no matter what original sibling roulette he ended up on, but
Yeah.
I think also because Elijah has, this is like the second time he's been screwed over by a Klaus, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Second time.
It's been a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah.
in canon of what we know
In
right
canon,
now.
yes. As of right now, yes, this is the second time. But
That Stefan knows of, you know?
that Stefan knows of, yeah.
So, before he can open up the coffin, though, Rebecca shows up, and he starts to question Rebecca as to, like, why she still cares about Klaus.
Yeah.
And she says that she hated Klaus for a long time, but that was exhausting. And, like, wow, what a family mood,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. It's like I hate you, but I'm tired of it. Can we just
yeah, exactly.
whatever?
Let's just fucking chill for a bit, dude.
It's like when you've been having a screaming match with the family member, and you're like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, but we're still gonna have to exist in the same spaces. So let's just
Exactly.
let's just like just handle it.
It's like I'm done arguing, but ugh,
I-
I'll tolerate you for right now.
Exactly.
We have to share this earth until the inevitable heat death of the universe. I might as well be like okay with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So Stefan starts to question why Rebecca and Klaus were running from the hunter, the sort of the vampire hunter that Catherine mentioned earlier.
Which was a dumb move
and
on his part. Can I just say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rebecca's like, I can't tell you. And so Stefan just like lets it go or whatever. And she asks Stefan about his life before Klaus. And she tells him that she thinks that Klaus sort of secretly admired how Stefan would do anything for his family.
Which Stefan would.
Correct.
At the end of the day, he still loves Damon, and I don't know why, but he hates him, but it's exhausting.
Exactly. It's too exhausting to hate you. So you're good for now.
Yeah.
Rebecca and Stefan share a kiss, and she asks him if he will ever love someone like he loved. She just refers to her as like her. She's referring to Elena, and he replies with "one day, maybe." And Rebecca's like, "You're a fucking filthy liar."
Yeah.
I
love the
that
line that she says. She says, I can tell when you're lying, Stefan. I'm just like,
I love it. I love how Rebecca, of all people, and not even Klaus saw through the bullshit. Rebecca, this girl who just got reunited with Stefan after, because for her it's only been like one day she's been without Stefan.
Yeah.
So it's like it's still like yesterday to her. So she's like, you know what? You're lying.
And Klaus arrives, and Rebecca's like, he was asked. She tattles on Stefan immediately. She's like, he was asking about Michael, and that he's not with us.
Who's Michael?
Who's Michael?
Ooh.
But Stefan tries to plead for his life, but Klaus is like, fuck you.
But also,
nope.
But also the fact that Stefan didn't think that Rebecca would tell on him for some reason.
I think because he was still going off Catherine's advice from earlier, saying like, you don't want to go for Klaus. Go for Rebecca.
Yeah, but what she said was to like chill her out.
Oh, to ignore Rebecca. Oh, yeah,
He
yeah,
did
yeah.
the
I forgot about
exact opposite of that, like an
that.
idiot.
God damn it, Stefan. The one time I tried to defend you.
He done a bad.
He
So,
done a did big bad.
back at the Salvatore house, Damon is making a wake-up drink for Alaric, and Alaric sort of wakes up eventually after, you do remember, Damon did murder him.
Yes.
Damon's like, wow, it took a lot longer than usual for you to come back, Alaric. And Alaric's like, fuck you. Damon's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's not mince any harsh words here. I was angry. It's like, yeah, but you fucking killed me. And it's one of my favorite exchanges in the Vampire Diaries because it's so Damon.
Mhm.
Is Damon's like, you were annoying me. And Alaric responds with, you killed me. Like,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
It's just Damon in a fucking nutshell.
And it's
why-
it's just so telling of Damon.
It is.
It is.
So Damon's like, hey man, no hard feelings. And it's like, you're not the one who can say no hard feelings.
Exactly.
The one
Yeah.
who you murdered is the one who can say no hard feelings.
Mhm.
But Alaric just fucking bounces. He's not fucking having it today. And it is his right to do so.
Exactly.
It would have been funnier if Alaric took the drink with him, though.
Oh my god, that would have.
Also the fact that
I hate you, but thanks for the bourbon.
also the fact that Damon just like made a drink and was like, here's
And
your
that was his
drink,
peace offering?
friend.
Yeah.
Didn't even make him any fucking breakfast. Hey, I know you
Exactly.
just came back from the dead. Do you want to get fucked up on these alcoholic mimosas? Like on this alcoholic lemonade? Let's fucking go, babes. Like, bro.
I love it. It's so
In the
stupid, but I love it.
It is stupid. In the town square, Caroline and Elena have a talk about how Elena's trying to change Damon, and Caroline's like, nah, actually, no. I've had a fucking day.
Yep.
Damon has gotten under your skin, and you need to admit that you're attracted to him in some way. And Elena's like,
Yep.
I don't want to admit that because then that admittal makes me feel like I've thought about it. Elena's like, yeah, that's the fucking point. It's fine, dude.
Yep. I do
And-
like how Caroline even said to her it's okay to admit it. Stop trying to bounce around it and say I'm not. But she's like, just say it. And that way you can start getting honest with yourself.
Exactly.
Ugh,
If you keep trying to repress the energy you're putting into the universe, it's going to turn out badly for you, Elena.
Yeah,
But-
I think at the end of the day, with Caroline, she hates Damon. She hates him.
Yeah. No,
Rightfully
most
so.
definitely.
But at the end of the day, she knows that Damon is someone that the people around her care about. So she can hate him. It's exhausting. Whatever. But I love how she's not saying Damon's a bad guy. You can't be with him. She's telling her yes, he's a bad guy, but you have to admit to yourself, it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be that person.
I love how Caroline is just speaking all the truth in this entire episode.
Yeah. I love Caroline Forbes so fucking
Yeah.
much.
God, she deserves the world.
Mm-hmm.
She really does.
So, Caroline, is such a good fucking person.
Yeah.
She goes over to Bill as he's about to leave town, and he thanks her for saving her. And Caroline's like, yeah, I'm gonna be okay. And Bill's like, you're a vampire? No, you're not.
And then that's when you realize even more. If you weren't convinced before of how much Bill is the worst, you cannot deny the fact that by now Bill is the fucking worst and he deserves no rights ever. He deserved to die.
I legitimately thought he was gonna be. I forgot what happened. I legitimately thought he was gonna say, "I know you will." I understand now. I thought, but then he said that, and I was
No.
like, "Bitch, the fuck."
It's wild.
Fuck Bill Forbes.
Fuck Bill Forbes. We cut to the Lockwood mansion where Alaric is meeting with Liz and Carol. He says that because the Gilberts are a founding family and he is taking care of Elena and Jeremy Gilbert, then he needs to be the one to represent them. And Alaric points out that hey, your daughter is a vampire, your son is a werewolf. Somebody needs to look out for the normal people.
Yep.
And then just like a pure power move, he's just like, I'll see you at the next meeting. Okay, Alaric, he has had enough.
I have all the respect for Alaric at this point. I was like, damn.
I think there's something interesting though about how up until this point, this entire council since the former mayor, I don't remember his name since he died. This entire council has been run by women, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are kind of like both invested in like the
Keeping the peace, basically.
exactly, and kind of like even though they're both human, they now know that they have like supernatural children, so like trying to like factor that in.
Mm-hmm.
While Alaric has no like stake in that, you know? And it
Mhm.
makes me question, especially because of before what was happening when everyone found out about there being vampires still in the town and them doing that entire burning thingy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it makes me question, even though Alarg is gonna be there to kind of represent like the human people, is what he representing necessarily like the good thing and the thing that we should want, you know?
Yeah. Alaric is on a fucking warpath, and I think things in Mystic Falls are going to get a lot more dicey for the supernatural community because Alaric's here and he's fucking fed up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would be too, honestly.
Yeah.
As is his right to do so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think I'm questioning whether or not he's right to do that. I just think it's like an interesting like concept of like I guess like humanity versus like the supernaturals and like
Yeah.
even though this like one thing might be great for like humanity, it might be like really bad for supernaturals and like whether or not we should want that, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I mean, like, the Liz and Carol had like a vested interest in keeping peace above all in the town.
Yeah.
Right. To keep, folks out during like folks in their houses during the full moon, and to keep the vampires on a steady blood supply that wasn't directly from people.
Exactly.
Like, they above all else had a vested interest in keeping the town safe, whereas Alaric's like, actually fuck the supernatural folks. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. And
We're
that's
keeping the people safe.
and that's also really interesting like when you think about it like I don't know like what gender roles we kind of place to like the people like the
Ooh,
woman being like the
I'm glad we
peace
touched on this.
the woman being like the peacemakers versus like the men being like the war hungry, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
And the fact that we've only ever seen it's interesting because yeah, the ladies do have a vested interest in peace and everything, but you also never really thought about Mayor Lockwood, the original
Yeah.
male Mayor Lockwood, was also a werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Untriggered, but he was still a werewolf.
Yeah.
He was still a werewolf. And so like it's interesting to me how like Carol Lockwood has stepped up to the plate so wonderfully
Mhm.
to
Yep.
I mean, absolutely should not have happened, should not have fucking like Dread Pirate Roberts this title of mayor
Right.
around. Like, you should not have Highlandered that, but you did, so we'll live with this fake bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And like the way that they have a vested interest in keeping the peace, now the way they've done that very well actually
Mhm.
in keeping the vampires on a hospital blood supply versus that. We're also not going to talk about the fact that the vampires are just actively taking blood from the hospital where
yeah.
people need it or they could die.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk
Yeah.
about that, I guess.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Mystic Falls is a very well-stocked town, I guess.
I guess it's just like what are the necessary evils you need to take in order to keep peace, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also a fascinating line of thought for this.
Yeah.
The council, the Founders Council is such a fascinating look at like utilitarian philosophy
Mhm.
in a dumb TV show. It's fascinating. We could talk for I think hours tracking the council and how they go throughout the seasons and what they do and what philosophies they kind of reflect at any given time. But we
Mhm.
won't. Not right now. That's an essay
Yeah.
that Jordan and I will write later. What we're going to talk about now is that we're at the Mystic Grill again.
Wow, I've missed it here.
Also, hey, is it spelled Grille? Because I could have
Yeah.
swore when we were looking at the sign, it just said Grill.
I thought it was Grill.
Brian, can you look? They showed us an establishing outside shot for once.
Yeah, I'm wrong. It's grill. It's
Oh my
without the E.
god. We've known that wrong for a while.
I legitimately thought it had an E on it. I legit thought it had an E.
You were trying to make it fancy. This ain't fancy, baby. This is Virginia.
No, it's not. I'm so sorry to the actual Mystic Grill restaurant in Covington, Georgia. I love you. I'll be there soon, hopefully.
No, you won't. We're in a pandemic, bitch.
Next year. That's my plan.
We'll be there in 2021.
Yeah.
Guys, what if we did a podcast live from the Mystic Grill?
Oh my god.
Oh,
That'd be
let's do
that'd
it.
be iconic.
That would actually
Let's
be
do it.
pretty fun.
That would be fun. While eating a burger and talking about Maddie Blue being a waiter.
What'd you call him? You want to run
Maddie
that by
Blue
me
Blue.
again?
Maddie Blue. It's
Maddie
actually
Blue
said in the. It's actually said in the shed.
But what was the
It's
word
actually
after Maddie Blue? You said some other B word.
being a waiter.
Being a waiter. God, I did not hear that as 3 separate words. I heard Maddie Blue Blaggerweather, and I'm like, what?
Maddie Blue.
Yeah,
Hello,
I
don't
my
Maddie
name is
even-
Brian, and
Blue
I'm joining the
Blaggerweiter.
Alarm Saltzman Alcoholic Association.
I didn't even know what was like going on. I was like, he said something with the letter B a couple of times.
Maddie Blue beginning.
Maddie Blue Bling-a-Blager. That's literally what I heard. It
Maddie
like
Blue
you
Blue
transformed
Blue.
into Simlish for some reason there. I was like, why are you speaking the Sim language?
That's
At the Mystic Grill, Elena
Without
meets
the
up
E.
with Bonnie. Without the E. Elena meets up with Bonnie and asks her to return the necklace. Bonnie just like gives the necklace back, not really thinking anything of it. And then she kind of turns away dramatically and she's like, fucking Jesus Christ.
Jeremy
has been seeing the ghosts of his dead girlfriends all summer. He tell you about that? And then she turns
No.
back around and Elena's just gone.
And that's when I knew. I was questioning it.
Elena said back.
Elena said, yeet.
From the moment that interaction happened, I was questioning it, and then that was when I knew that was not Elena.
Wait, it wasn't?
Hard cut to the Salvatore house, where Damon opens up the door to see Elena. But
Yeah. But
it's Catherine.
Yeah.
what?
She
Fucking
reveals
Catherine, fucking
that
bitch.
she is looking for a partner in crime. And Damon's
Ooh.
like, well, I've been feeling a little cooped up in this town because you've been murdering people for no reason, Damon, but
Mhm.
okay. And they're like, how do you feel about hitting the road to places unknown? The last part of this scene with Damon and Catherine feels like an advertisement for a Jeep. Hit the road to places unknown in a Jeep.
They probably had a Ford Fiesta commercial play after this play during this episode at this point.
Honestly, the dialogue is very like cliche in this entire scene.
I love it.
Very cookie
It's
cutter
wild.
dialogue.
But let's go to the very last scene of this episode.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's in the back of a truck.
Whoa!
Whoa!
We've never been there before.
You're correct.
At least it's not Mystic Falls.
At least we're not in Mystic Falls. You know, we're just in a truck. Klaus wakes up Stefan. Stefan's trying to explain himself, but Klaus is like, no, Rebecca has flawless instincts. Borderline supernatural. And I just gotta say, I love that somebody's finally given her, like, her due, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure,
It's
you're
only
an
been 2
immortal hybrid,
episodes.
but your little sister is a human or vampire lie detector.
Love it.
Love that for her. Klaus opens up the truck door and, well, he says, I want to know what you're hiding, Stefan. So he opens up the truck door to reveal that they are in none other than Mystic Falls.
God damn it, I thought we were in Chicago.
Nope. Trucks mean Mystic Falls now.
I just love that dramatic reveal, though, and that all the citizens around the town are just like, that were walking by are just like, okay, great.
Hey man, it's Mystic Falls.
They're just like, keep your head down and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if you keep your head down, maybe you won't get murdered by a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jordan,
Mhm.
what are you ranking episode 304, Disturbing Behavior?
Let me just say once again, great title, great job, writers, with the title. That's the one thing you did great this episode. However, for the rest of the episode, I don't know, y'all. You had like this entire Damon being a bad person again. Like, yeah, we know that, and you've now hit us over the head with it again. So thanks, I guess. I don't know. And the only like really interesting thing that happened was with Jeremy and like this whole like other side darkness mysterious plot. That's what I was really intrigued by. I was really glad that Bonnie was back. um
Yeah.
and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and then the entire scene with Stefan and Gloria and her torturing him, basically, that was really like good to watch, like in a like
Yeah.
good scene, y'all, type of way.
Mhm.
Everything else though kind of felt like we said before, nothing burger. Like Stefan, especially like the whole Stefan plot, just yeah, like I guess things happened, but like I was like nothing really like stake wise happened
Mhm.
other than like I think that if Gloria was like, oh, I now know it's Elena, and then like somehow Klaus got told. Klaus. I keep thinking I'm saying it wrong.
Klaus?
Klaus.
Santa Cruz.
I I feel like that would have maybe made more of like a risk, and I would have been like more invested. But because she just died right after, I was like, oh, okay. Um, Overall, like not a bad episode, but also not a great one. You know, like
Mhm.
Yeah.
very in the
Yeah.
middle. Um, I think I'm gonna give this one a 7.
Gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Brian, what are you giving it?
See, it's kind of hard because like the one note I wrote, because like I wrote so much, I was like, you know what, it was a fun episode. Like I'm not gonna be like it's the worst episode of the Vampire Diaries ever, like blah blah blah. Like there was like moments that were good, moments that were like but it wasn't like the hybrid, like that episode. It wasn't like 3-0 episode 2,
Mm-hmm.
like that. It wasn't like ugh. But I don't know, like I had fun watching this episode again, because it was like I didn't really remember what happened in this episode, and I probably won't remember tomorrow. Um, I think I'm gonna go 7.5 with this one.
7.5.
Like it was good, but it wasn't like whoa, amazing.
You are all ranking this episode lower than you ranked the end of the affair, which is wild to me because I'm going higher with this episode than I am with the end of the affair.
Well, yeah, but you had like
Really?
a really low score for the end of the affair.
Yeah. And the
That's
end of the
true.
fair, in the end of the fair, I said I would give it a 10, but because of the circumstances, I gave
Yeah.
it lower.
I'm
I
actually
ranked it
gonna
a 9.
match Brian on this one. I'm gonna
Really?
give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Like it was enjoyable. I liked it. It's one of those episodes like if I was doing a rewatch, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Same.
But it's one of those episodes that I'm like, meh, it's good, but it's not like the best of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the reason I'm giving it a 7.5. It makes me have hope that things will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
This is finally the part of the season where I'm like, oh, are we actually getting into a plot now? Like, are we finally starting to get the fuck into it? Because we better. We are now, like, fucking, we're like a sixth of the way through the season now. And it's like, we better be fucking getting in there eventually.
because so like honestly, if I'm being honest, at this point, if I was watching this live, I don't think I would be tuning in next week.
What does that say about me?
We're like a fifth of the way through the season, and now I am finally feeling like, oh, things are gonna like happen again.
Yeah,
Like I being in Chicago was cool and all, and I really did like the stuff we did in Chicago. But now that the main villain, is in the same town with the person he thinks is dead,
yeah.
like the cat and mouse,
Yeah.
the Scooby-Doo hallway door scene,
Oh,
the whole
yeah,
chase
that was
sequence
great.
of it
That was
all
great.
is gonna be immaculate.
Yeah.
I cannot wait
Yeah.
for that like Scooby-Doo door hallway scene that is gonna be going on right now. I'm so jazzed. God, I hope we get some Scooby-Doo ass shit in the next episode, otherwise I'm done. I'm kidding. I'm not going to be done. We are in this podcast for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you also want to be in here with the long haul with us, we're on Twitter at AfterBitePod. New episodes come out every Tuesday and Friday. It's like a little midweek treat for you. Get 2 eps for the price of 1. 2 eps for the price of my sanity. What a deal.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to be watching episode 305, The Reckoning. We're back to the titles, but I have some faith that shit's about to pop off.
Yeah. I will say this. I've already watched the next episode, and I know and a lot happens, and we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Great.
And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fun one.
Are we going to be able to talk about chili for 30 minutes?
No, unfortunately, Klaus does not bring chili to the Scooby-Doo
I was
park.
about to say, so will it be good enough that we don't have to go on a 30-minute tangent about chili?
No, it'll be good. Like, we'll actually kind of like stay focused in the show, I think. Like, even I was like, oh, I love this episode.
Like,
and the next episode after that.
Because I feel like we go on the most tangents when there's episodes like pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, tune in next week. Tune in on Friday?
Yeah, I think Friday. Yeah, this is the Tuesday.
This is a Tuesday. Tune in on a Friday, and you'll be able to watch that episode with us. Wait, guys, we almost forgot.
What?
Who's the MVP for this episode?
Yeah.
Damon Salvatore.
No,
just kidding.
Fuck you,
never.
Brian.
Never. I think Caroline again.
I think it's Caroline again.
Caroline again.
For me, it's between Alaric and Caroline.
I think Caroline
Alaric also was very good.
I agree that Alaric was good, but I think Caroline was just like a little bit better.
Caroline inched forward because she was the one kind of moving the love triangle forward, while
and
Alaric
also
was, like,
she was just like straight
stop it with breaks.
Like I think Alaric was more like trying to stop Damon, while Caroline was more just like being like, Elena, realize these facts and try to like.
I kind of want to say both of them. Caroline and Alaric for me were really the standouts.
We have to choose one. It's MVP.
We have to choose one.
What do you think, D?
You? My mother said to pick the very best one, and you are it, Caroline.
Yeah, I have to go with Caroline because she had.
Yeah.
Here's purely based on like a time thing here, right? Alaric did a lot with like 5 minutes of screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Caroline did a lot with a lot more screen time, and she did a lot more.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to her. That's it for this week's episode of Afterbite. Stay inside, stay safe, wash your fucking hands. What, Jordan?
What if